signal. And it's Stephen Harrison from the outside of the front row who gets a very good start in the BMW, but there goes Keith Cooke. Oh, lock up from Cooke, and he goes off. Keith Cooke off the road at turn 1. Harrison right at the back of the pack by the time he gets up to turn 3, so now he's going to big job ahead of him to find his way back through the field. Jones leads, Harrison leads Jones though round the outside, so Jones now takes the lead away from Harrison. Then it's McBride in the midi in 3rd position, Falvey in the Toronto in at position 4, then Wilson in the little Suzuki Swift in position 5, and already under attack with the fast starting Glenn Bethune in the Commodore, who is now right up behind the little Suzuki Swift as they head around the top end complex for the first time, turn 7, 8 and 9. In fact, Bethune's going to go round the outside of Wilson, is he? No. He tried to make a move around the outside at turn 8, wasn't quite able to do it. Now though he should get a good run onto the back straight. Here he comes, the big Commodore V8. Easily blasts past the 4-cylinder Suzuki Swift and Glenn Bethune. Now moves himself up into the top 5. As we've seen, changing position with Tony Peasley there, getting the better of Mick Pitcher, and here comes Cooke as well, trying to fight his way back through the field. 3 wide, they'll go to turn 11. Cooke there was just trying to work out, do I go left, do I go right? In the end, he decided to go to the right-hand side of the circuit, and he makes the move on both of those Commodores, and they complete the first of 7 laps. Greg Jones who leads ahead of Stephen Harrison, David Falvey up to 3rd, then we've got Lachlan Bryan going to powerful V8 ride again. Grab another couple of positions here at turns 3 and 4 as Mike Lane past Megan Vanderhaden and also Robert Wilson. In fact, Robert Wilson, he's another car that went pretty well in the wet yesterday, but is getting shuffled back by the more powerful cars now that the weather's dried out. What a drive this has been from Keith Cooke though, and after running last on the opening lap, he's now got himself all the way back up into 6th position and showing very good pace in that XB Falcon Coupe. Big picture there, a bit further back in the pack, embroiled in the battle at the moment with Les Walmsley, who went off the circuit yesterday. We've also got Tony Peasley in there, and Ethan Wilson and Graham Haddo, so that's a good battle further back in the pack. And then David Dixon, the last run, Gemini, further down the field. And we've got another change in position. Stephen Harrison gets relegated back to 3rd position by David Falvey at turn 11. Jones continues to lead, and he's extended the margin to 5.1 seconds over David Falvey. When Bethune now 3rd. Sorry, Harrison, I should say, back to 4th car, that's BMW 836, which is powered by a V8 motor. 5% by Keith Cooke. 135.7. So the one who's really charged through the field, apart from obviously Cooke, is Glenn Bethune. Glenn Bethune started this race out of grid position 10, and he's made his way up into position 3, and is right up behind the car of David Falvey now as well. So Bethune is going to be challenging for 2nd before too long, but Cooke is going to come into that fight as well. Oh, we've got a red flag. Red flag situation here. And that's because we've got 3 cars off the racetrack between turns 6 and 7. Les Walmsley's been involved, so too has the car of Graham Haddo and also Tony Peasley. So a 3-car incident. 2 of the cars have been able to continue, but the car of Les Walmsley is stopped on the left-hand side of the racetrack, just on the approach to turn number 7, and we now have a red flag situation. So I didn't see what triggered that incident, but the field will all now come to stop on the start-finish straight. The recovery crews will get down there to attend to the now stranded car of Les Walmsley, the Falcon Sprint. And it looks like some bodywork's parted company with one of the cars as well. A bumper or front splitter.
Is that for light, is it? Light meter, is it?
No, that's a mini camera. It's a H definition camera. Yeah, wide frame. Yeah. 60 frames per second. Yeah, it's quite good for doing these little things. Yeah.
Gee whiz, pocket size.
Yeah. I normally.
So green flag at the back. And ready now for the race restart. Lights are out and away we go. Oh, and we've got a stalled car on the front row of the grid. David Falvey has gone absolutely nowhere off the line. David Falvey, the Tirana, has stalled. Glenn Bethune takes the lead away from Greg Jones. Through there, and the car of David Falvey, the Tirana, getting pushed off the grid. What a shame, because he was having a strong run before that happened. As we see that Suzuki will round up Harrison on the outside of the sweeper and move up into position 3. Now they need to get this car of David Falvey out of the way pretty quick start, because the field will get round and complete this opening lap. There we go, they've now got him hooked up to the recovery crew, so they'll be able to tow that car back into the pits, and he will be out of harm's way by the time the field complete this lap. That's a shame for him, because he was going to be starting the race off the front row. He was in effectively second position at the restart, but didn't get off the line, unfortunately. That's brought his charge to an end. So we've now got 3 V8 powered cars. In fact, make that 4, because the car of Steve Harrison is V8 powered as well. So 4 V8 powered cars at the front of the field here. Holden, Ford, BMW. BMW is powered though by the Chevrolet V8 engine. Then Suzuki, Harrison, Holden, run at a bump point. Tony easily continuing on in a Winton car. He's now up behind Greg Jones. Around that part of the circuit they go. Now down into turn number 10, and Jones doing his best to hold out the car of Cooke and Suzuki. Suzuki though going down the inside into turn 11. And Jones gives him racing room, so Cooke and Suzuki now up into second position. We know that Suzuki's got pace, so let's see if he can hunt down Glenn Bethune in the final 3 laps of this race. Oh, as we see that Jones is back ahead of Suzuki as they cross the line, so I think Suzuki must have run wide there at turn 12, and it's allowed Greg Jones back up into second position. Glenn Bethune fastest lap of the race. He has a 1.1 second advantage over Greg Jones. Still there in third position at the moment. Back in the pack. Whoa, off goes Daniel van der Hayden. Wow, that was a strange incident. He ended up on the right-hand side of the circuit on the exit of turn 4. And it spins off to the left-hand side of the track, so it looks like he dropped a right-hand wheel off on the right-hand side. And then ended up spinning to the left-hand side, and he finds himself pointing in the wrong direction. And Will managed to get going again. At the tail end of the field. Here we go, another challenge for second position. Suzuki again trying to get down the inside of Jones, but Jones shuts the door at turn 11. Two laps remaining in the race, and still any one of these top 3 cars a chance of victory. Because Bethune was a bit slower than the 2 Fords behind him that time around. So he's under here's the move to the lead. Greg Jones into the race lead at turn 3. So Bethune turn 2 has allowed the car of Jones to get back out in front. Suzuki still sitting there maintaining what he's but we know based on time that like yesterday, that he's very quick. Especially the straight line that XB Falcon's got heaps of front. So it's now Ford prevailing in this Holt versus Ford battle that we're seeing at the front end of the field. As Suzuki now goes for the move on Bethune at turn 10. And Bethune gets some racing room, now up into second position. Let's see if he can challenge Greg Jones for the race win in the final lap. So last lap coming up here, they're going to get the lapped car of Ethan Wilson here as well, who's out on track just to try and score as many points as he can this weekend. And he switched his right indicator on just to let the cars know that they need to pass him on the right hand side, but he's limping around at the moment. As we see that Greg Jones recorded the fastest lap of the race last time through at a 1 minute 34.7. For whatever reason, Glenn Bethune's car seems to have maybe deteriorated a bit in performance in these last couple of laps. 1 minute 34, 1 minute 38 this time through. More than 4 seconds slower than the fastest time that he's done so far. So down into turn 10 they come for the last time. And Keith Suzuki's not given up yet. He's right underneath Greg Jones. He's going for the move down the inside into turn 11. and takes the lead with 1 quarter to go. Wow. So, a dramatic finish to the race with Suzuki pouncing in the very dying stages. And it's going to be Suzuki who takes his 2nd race victory of the weekend in the final round of the Victorian Super TT Championship here at Winton Motor Raceway. Greg Jones home in 2nd position. Glenn Bethune finishes up in position 3.
He wouldn't have won if it wasn't a
Steve Harrison, he'll score more valuable championship points with the 4th place.
Yep. Yeah, the red light.
Yeah.
Lachlan McBride in at 5th position ahead of Robert Wilson in the Suzuki Swift. Very close finish between those cars as well. Then we go back to the big picture. Graham Haddo, Tony Heasley. Rounding out the top 10 will be the recovering Daniel Vanderheyden after that.